Hello everybody, happy Friday, hope you're doing very, very well. Chelsea's first Premier League game is on Sunday against Liverpool of all teams, and at least at the time of recording, we haven't still really bought many midfielders. We've been buying a lot of children and loaning them out everywhere across the world, mainly Strasbourg. So that'll be interesting to see how that game goes. But before then, I have one more shirt to show you from the package that I started opening on Tuesday. And this is the reason why I purchased the shirts generally was because of this one. The other one I just picked up just to help sweeten the deal with regards to the shipping. So let's get it open and see what it is. Ta-da! Throw away that and that. Right then, so this is going to be exciting, isn't it? Right, and where are we going? Look at the size of that tag. There we go. Rear of the shirt, and it's all white. It's not a bad thing. I don't mind a white shirt. I see a name on the back of the neck there. Kind of gives away who it is. But I think a lot of you might not be too familiar with it. I love these trims though. This sort of black and mustardy yellow, I'd say. Let's bring around the front. Get rid of that giant tag. And there we go. How about that? So it's still mainly a pure white shirt, but we have this sort of definitely continuation of that colour scheme. And also we have an embossed bull there, I believe. Much better pick up there on the camera with the lighting going on. You have the sponsor, you have the club crest, and we have another A-League patch going on there. And then we have the Macron logo in the centre there, front and centre. Always a good thing when it's a Macron shirt. This shirt feels, ironically, so much better than the Nike Player Issue one that I was showing you last video. I think because this one's a little bit more contemporary with the years. So let me dress the mannequin and I'll come back to and explain to you a little bit more about this team. Rightio then, so there is the shirt, and genuinely, this is a really nice shirt. I'm really pleased that I made this purchase. I shouldn't be too surprised now it's Macron. They do know how to make a good shirt. But yeah, definitely very happy with this one. The team is MacArthur FC, and it's their home shirt from 2020. 2021, bought from the same Australian football shirt seller, of course. This one cost me $50 Australian, which is about £26. What a price that one as well. Cheaper than the Player Issue one. I guess it makes sense. And then I think the postage was no more than like £10-15. So to get those two shirts for about £85. Very, very pleased with that all in. So the club is based in southwestern Sydney and was founded all the way back in 2017. So another relatively young and baby club going on there. However, it wasn't until 2020, 2021 that the club played the first A-League game, meaning that this is their inaugural season shirt. So that makes it even better to have a very, very important piece of history of the club there. And in that first season, the club finished in 6th place, which allowed them to push into the final series, of which they got to the semi-finals, losing to Melbourne City. So that was a pretty decent first season, I think you'd say. Fast forward to the most recent season that they engaged in, and they finished bottom of the league. So yeah, not a particularly great one, that one. Luckily for them, there is no promotion and relegation, so next season, so long as they decide to exist, they will be playing in the top division. However, it wasn't a terrible season entirely because they actually won the Australian Cup. The 2022 Australian Cup winners were MacArthur FC, which means they will be playing Asian continental football. I don't think it's the Champions League. I think it's the Asian Cup or Champions Cup or something to that effect. So it'll be interesting to see what the worst team in Australia technically will do on the continent next year. So yeah, I suppose that's not too bad thing considering. Would you rather win the cup and finish bottom knowing you're not going to get relegated? It's one of those age-old questions, isn't it? So when it comes to this shirt, obviously it's manufactured by Macron. Always a great choice in my opinion if you're going to be starting a club. This is possibly one of the manufacturers I would probably choose if I was going for it. With regards to the design, I mean it's a relatively simple one. Of course, you've got that bull which is present there, which is also the one that's present in the logo. You have these very, very nice, simple but very, very nice black and sort of this mustardy yellow trim running across there and across the neck. Sort of a cheeky way of trying to do sort of lace up just with the stitching going on there. This one feels better just because these are transferred. This is sort of like part felt, part sort of silicone logo, and that as a transfer. So better than the Western City Wanderers shirt that I have there. Also quite like these just small little white sort of trims going on there, and there's some level of elastication going on, which means it fits quite nicely on the mannequin. With regards to their current shirt manufacturer, they've gone away from Macron, but they've gone with Kelme, and they seem to also make some pretty decent shirts also. So, you know, I suppose I would have stayed with Macron, but Kelme do know how to make a pretty good shirt. Their main rivals are Western Sydney Wanderers, so the shirt I showed you on Tuesday, so it was quite funny to have them both in the same parcel. Maybe I was expecting them to cause some sort of friction and heat between them, but no, they seem to have got along nice enough, so I'd be able to hang them together, and there we go. And obviously I can throw in Sydney FC as well to really sort of take off all of those teams there. So yeah, another Australian team. I'm slowly getting towards completing that league. There's probably still another 4 or 5 that I need to grab, but you know, if the postage is decent as it was once, I've paid more to get stuff from Ireland than I did to get this from Australia, and it didn't actually particularly take too long to arrive. So yeah, big up to the Australians going forward. So out of the two, which are the ones that you'd say are your favourite? I think for me, it's no contest. This is quite clearly the better of the shirts. Yes, the other one might have a little bit more value because it's maybe a bigger team and it was a player issue version, but you know what? This one is just based on design, the winner for me. So that is it. That's the end of another week and the end of another couple of shirts that I've shown you. Hopefully, if you've obviously, whatever football teams you support, if you support an English Football League team, you'd have started last weekend. And obviously, if you're a Premier League team supporter, it's back. All that time you wait, and then hopefully you don't lose because you think, why would we wait in? All of our hopes have been held up, and then it's just bang, crashed back down to reality. So I'll be watching the Chelsea game. I just want to see some goals. That's all I want to see. See some goals. So yeah, that's it really. I hope you have a great weekend ahead, regardless of whatever you do. Thank you as always for watching my videos, and I'll see you next week with some more shirts, I'm certain. Goodbye.